So we grow using procurement, program and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. And today, Crystal, we're going to have a fabulous show. We got a super special guest on here. Can't wait to talk to her.
We actually do, and not more so than you even know. So, this is November, and this is the month that Muhammad's birthday, Muhammad Nazarene's birthday.
Yes.
And the reason why that's so significant is, so Kim does what Kim does. But before, when I first met Kim, I met her with Muhammad Nazareneen. And so she'll be able to tell her story about Muhammad. I believe he was her mentor and during the early days of recycling Black dollars. And she also was very instrumental in all of the luncheons that we did. She emceed those. So she goes back really far with Muhammad. So it's really carries a lot of value for her to be on the show this month. I don't know if you knew that.
Wait a second. Crystal, when we were at Morris Media about 2 years ago, maybe, wasn't she on the road, I think, going to Atlanta or something like that, and we interviewed her for Muhammad?
Yes.
Oh my God!
So I don't know if she realized that. I was so happy when she signed. She and I just did a presentation together for Barbara Lindsay, which was all interesting all by itself. But we did a fantastic job. But in addition to that, she had said she'd been wanting to get on the show. She'd been trying to get here. So I saw her form, and she signed up, and I went, oh my goodness, this is in November, a week before Muhammad's birthday. This is absolutely awesome.
So amazing. I remember her on the show, and she was she's going back in history. She was saying, how they started and wonderful it was. Oh, this is great. I remember.
There's a number of individuals that were there and part of Muhammad's team when he first started out, and Kim was definitely one of those individuals that were there. So
that's
and
amazing.
She's been very much involved with the BBA. She is definitely community, and so we're going to find out how she's done that. So we're excited today, guys. We have Kim Anthony from the Urban Excellence Institute. She's going to come on and talk about her business. But before we get to Miss Kim, we're going to talk about how Gilbert and our week went this week. Now, Gilbert, you had some excitement that went on yesterday, right?
Oh, man, yes. The Los Angeles Urban League. For those of you who are just tuning into the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert, we're on every Friday from 3 to 4. Or if you guys make the show exciting, we take it on till 4:30. Now, I'm also the director of the Entrepreneurship Center with the Los Angeles Urban League. And yesterday they had their centennial golf tournament. That means the Urban League is 100 years old. And it's so key because the Urban League ties into Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma in 1921, when they were the Black entrepreneurs who were really self-sufficient and wealthy got massacred by the man.
The colonizer.
The colonizer. So we were celebrating that, and that's how the Urban League got started, because they kicked right into advocacy mode when that occurred, and that's how the Urban League was born. So we were celebrating that 100 year yesterday, and in the form of a golf tournament. So we had all kinds of celebrities, all kinds of people there, sponsors and others there, and it was amazing. Now, Crystal, you remember that guy from Judge Judy, right? The officer The
or
bailiff, right?
bailiff.
Bird. Well,
Yes.
he was there too.
Oh,
And
really?
yes, he was an auctioneer. He was the one auctioning off the gifts and all of that. He was, I mean, that guy was hilarious, man. He was amazing. And on the show, he doesn't talk much, so you don't even know that he's so funny. But yesterday, he was phenomenal.
Okay. Yeah, while Gilbert is out there having fun, I was working. I haven't been out the house since Tuesday when I escaped to go to Zumba. You get to have more fun in your life than I do. I am stuck at my computer working hard.
I hear you. I hear you.
But that's cool. If somebody got to be out there having fun.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Met quite a few people there. They had dinner reception and all of that. People were on the red carpet doing their thing. So it was good. I was having fun for you and I, co-host. So.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I had the community briefing yesterday. That's every Thursday at 11 o'clock.
Yes.
And we had Lance Triggs from Operation Hope.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was it was like home week this week. So Lance, we had some great conversations that, Operation Hope, just have done some amazing things. They do their part for the community. And so it was a good interview. We talked about generational wealth, the things that are really, really important. And especially for us today, home ownership, things like that, being able to create businesses that are operating in their excellence, and which is very important, right? And so it was good. It was a good show yesterday. And that's what I was doing for the first half of the day. And then I had consulting clients for the rest of the day.
So you're a super busy coach.
All this week, super busy. I think I've taught. Well, I did teach one class this week. Yeah, on Monday I taught a class for the New Women's Business Center. We're gearing up, recycling Black dollars. This is also the month that we do our membership drive.
Yeah.
And now that we have our digital app, we're going to start launching all of that now.
Yes.
So that's going to be rolling out next week. We're about 10 days away from, and let me see if I can pull it up so people will go over there. I told Barbara I would do this.
And maybe you should put up the link in the chat so people know what that link is so they can go register their business.
So I will do that. And I'm also going to share this. In addition to all my other busy stuff, I'm on the team for the Los Angeles Black Business Expo. That is going to be November 20th. Let me roll it back. November 20th at virtual. It's a virtual event. You can be you still, if you're interested in being a vendor, you can reach out to us right now. You can also, there we go. So November 20th from 10 to 4. It's going to be a virtual event. So please go over and sign up. Just go over to 21labbe.com and sign up today. We have some amazing speakers. We have our very own Colette and Moore and Michael Lawson, the president and CEO of the Urban League. I'm going to be actually moderating that platform. Michael Lawson, Angela Gibson Shaw, and Dexter McLeod. And we're going to be talking about how developing relationships with your community and your community organizations and banks to grow wealth. We have George Frazier. We have, there's just, of the speakers, we have Dr. Dennis Kimbrough. We have Byron Nelson. We have billionaire Mike Roberts, who owns probably half of Detroit. And so you will get to have some conversations with some billionaires and millionaires, and they're actually going to be there. There's going to be a moderated panel talking about real estate as a a vehicle to create generational wealth for our
Yeah.
children and family. So
Right.
go on over. I will put it in the chat so that everybody can go register.
Mm-hmm.
And before the show is over, I will put the link in for everyone to go get their businesses listed
But
in
Crystal, one thing you forgot to mention is that
the,
you and your partner Rhonda just relaunched the Biz Camp program. So let's hear about that.
yeah. Oh, before I go there, and Kim and I, when Kim comes on, Kim and I are the MCs for the Los Angeles Black Business Expo in
Oh,
November.
well,
So we're
excuse me. I've been replaced.
well, we're the darlings of Barbara Lindsay.
I hear you. I hear you. I can't compete with that.
Yeah,
I can't compete
we're
with
her
that.
darlings, so she wants us to be there for us. But now, yes, Rhonda and I, you guys all know that we do the kid thing, the Biz Camp and Biz Institute, and so we actually kicked off our fall program last week, November 6th, and which is last Saturday. If you guys have any kids between the ages of 13 and 18 and they want to start businesses, this is the place to be. It's a virtual training program teaching young people how to be entrepreneurs and how to launch and create their own businesses. So we will be doing that every 2 weeks until April, and they will be competing in the 2022 Youth Entrepreneur Challenge competition. And the first prize, this is the event that we took first, second, third, and fourth and fifth last year. So it is 2022 um, um, competition. So we will be. I told them they gunning for us this year. I don't know if we're gonna get all 5 places, but
And
we're gonna at least take 2.
just so you guys know, I just love taking pride in bragging on my co-host because she's done such a phenomenal job with these youth in this entrepreneurship program. There were more than 45 competitors, youth competitors, and the youth that Crystal and Rhonda coached and mentored, they came in first, second, third, fourth. Right, Crystal?
And fifth. We had 2 honorable mentions.
And fifth. So we love it. So there's a lot of people who are gunning after them this time. So, but guess what? They can't touch you guys. You guys are still gonna come in first, second, third, fourth, fifth.
So here's what happened. We meet with all of the instructors, right? And majority of the instructors are educators and teachers and in classroom teachers. And so the person that's heading up the program this summer, she says, so I want you guys to know that you just can't read off the slides. We're going to provide you with all the materials, but the people that are winning, that is not how they doing it. So, and so she calls me out and says, so Crystal, how they doing? I said, well, I'm not giving away my secrets, man.
Can't share the secret sauce. We can't share that.
No, can't share the secret sauce. You guys be trying to move us out. So just know we coming at least for the top 2 space winning slots. We may not get all of them this year, but we definitely gonna go for the top 2. So, but excited. The kids are excited, and the kids are gonna be at the Black Business Expo. Our kids
very
from last
good,
year.
very good.
So we're incorporating them. We're doing a pitch competition, and so excited because our kids are our next generation, right? So you got to create businesses, and you'll like this, Gilbert. They're learning how to run a business the right way.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking. So I got to be there to coach them on setting up their back office. So I got to be part of that. So yes,
yeah, because we got to make sure. I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and we were talking about our businesses and how they have how they've been functioning during the pandemic. We all know what the problems were in the very beginning, that they just didn't have all their stuff together, right? And so the person I was talking to, they were saying, well, we just have to keep teaching them and just keep talking to them. I was like, at some point, just like a child, right? You gotta sever the umbilical cord. And you got to push them out the nest in order for them to survive. We
learn how to fly, baby. Learn how to fly.
We can't keep pampering our businesses and making excuses as to why they're not succeeding. We got to give them the tools. There has to be tough love. There has to be tough love in order for them to embrace the fact that if you are putting the time and energy and effort into owning your own business, you're compelled to do it the correct way.
Yes, you have to. And the thing is, if they don't want to do it the right way, we're just going to move on from them to another group of entrepreneurs who are willing to listen to our guidance and our coaching. That's just what's going to have to happen.
Yeah, it's just we just can't keep doing and making excuses. Right now, I consider the pandemic and to be a reset. Now we had a reset in 2008 and 9. But this is probably the last reset we're going to get. And this was a big reset. And so they need to take advantage of it. And just like all of us, something Kim, and we'll talk about when we came on, Kim was just saying she never thought of herself as being technically clunky. But, she's, sometimes challenged because this is new stuff that we're doing, right? But that doesn't mean she's going to just keep using that. She's going to go either shore up that problem with a staff or some technical support, or we all go back into classes and learn how to do this stuff. But we just don't say, hey, that's it. I can't figure this out. We never would be, she's been in business over 30 years. You've been in business over 30 years. We've all had the same experiences.
and just remember, if we don't set up ourselves to go the extra mile, our competitors are just waiting around the corner just to have our lunch, because they're doing what they need to do to get to the next level. That $650 million coming down the pike from the feds that we talk about, they're just waiting to get their hands on some of that. So if we're not ready to put ourselves in a ready mode to go after these opportunities, well, our competitors will.
Of course, because nothing's sitting there waiting for you to get on board with what's happening. So we just have to practice excellence. And we have to have a standard as to how we're going to run our businesses, and we have to run our businesses properly. So
our topic today is creating urban excellence in our community. And I just want all of you small businesses to know this. If you want to get a piece of the pie, you got to be ready. You cannot win a game or win a championship without being prepared and be ready. And that's what we're doing here. Just remember this.
Exactly.
Preparedness plus opportunities equals success. Okay? Preparedness plus opportunities equals success. So keep that in mind.
All right. Fantastic. Anything else you want to share before we bring our guests out?
I think we're good. I can't wait to hear from our esteemed guest. She's got so many goodies she wants to share. So let's go ahead and roll out our guest.
All right. We'll bring her on. Welcome, Miss Kim Anthony. We are so happy to have you. Before you get started, I'm going to read your bio and let everybody know who's here. So Kim Anthony brings more than 25 years of experience in training and development, specializing in personal leadership development, civic engagement, and economic development sectors, as her role as the founder and lead facilitator of the Urban Excellence Institute. It's a nonprofit organization that is dedicated to providing services and resources to the urban community. Welcome. She has a civic engagement program called Launch and Lead, emerging nonprofit leadership development program, and she has just done done some amazing things, supporting over 240 community leaders and social entrepreneurs in 31 states. Welcome, Miss Kim Anthony. We're so happy to have you.
It's so good to be here.
Welcome to the business zone.
Oh my goodness, I can't imagine it's my first time.
Yes.
What? Where have I been? Thank you for having me. What an amazing service that you're giving to our community. So well done. I mean, it feels like I'm sitting up here watching MSNBC somewhere. You are doing an excellent job.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Now, Kimberly, before you get started, you're getting some very special admirers out there. We got Sandy Lou Guerrero from the Inland Empire saying, "Yay, Kim!" And then, of course, we got,
my God.
of course, we got Ardina Brooks also saying, "Hello, Kim."
Oh my goodness.
Awesome lady.
Wow, that's wonderful. Sandy Lou, speaking of excellence, I knew Sandy Lou back at, oh my gosh, MITT days, Mastery in Transformational Training. We've been at this for quite a bit of time, and Sandy Lou is an incredible coach. I had Ardina Brooks at the Business Enterprise Training Institute. At West LA College, and Betty and Ardina is out there doing her thing with her art. She's just doing wonderful things. I'm so proud, so proud.
So you must know Kim, because Sandy Lou is a good friend of Gilbert's as well. When he was
yes.
Wait a minute.
Oh yes.
So wait a minute. So Gil, do you know any MITT?
Well, I probably know them, but not knowing that they're connected with MITT.
Okay. I was gonna do one of these, so we'll do that later.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been on Sandy's show, and Sandy has been on our show.
Yes.
In fact, I believe she's in our intro.
Yeah, she's in our intro when we did our promo. Our picture is in there too, in that video.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
She sat in as a co-host for me on the Business Zone at one point in time.
Yes.
So,
oh my gosh, what a small world. Well, we've worked together on the leadership development, personal development spectrum of things. So yes, of course, but of course, because excellence doesn't fall far from the tree. So
for those who are watching, Kimberly, who don't really know who Kimberly is, can you tell them a little bit about who Kimberly is and why Kimberly is so important to them?
That's dangerous. That's dangerous. I'm married to a pastor. You don't, and by relationship, you better be careful a pastor or a politician to Mike. I'll see if I can be brief. I'm committed to my community. I am just passionate about my community. My biggest challenge was, what do I put on a business card? I was literally raised by my community. I was a foster kid, and at 18, I found myself on a bus bench with $150 to my name.
Wow.
And Think and Grow Rich in one hand, and the address to the welfare department in the other. And I decided to bet on myself and figure out how I can create a life that I would like myself for, and one that would make a difference. And that's really truly what led me forward. I spent time at the Black Business Association. Yay, BBA. That's where I cut my teeth. And I was director of membership and entrepreneurial training. And I thought that I should know something about entrepreneurship. And so I actually did it's like a baby MBA program at USC, the Marshall School of Business. So so that I could make sure that I knew what I was talking about, because I really wanted the businesses over at the Black Business Association to be equipped to do as well as they possibly could. Also, been part of the Recycling Black Dollars family. Muhammad was my mentor, my hero, my example of what's possible. Audacity, many late night, all nights I had also published the Urban Business Journal, and he published the Black Dollar. So we were comrades in publishing. The Urban Business Journal is now celebrating its 20th year. 20th year next year,
Congratulations.
2022, 20 years of covering African American owned and indigenous businesses of color. Oh my goodness. But my passion, and let me circle back to Miss Sandy Lou. My passion, oh yeah, you have it up. My passion is urban excellence.
Oh,
And
then let me go back and share it.
Oh, you can. It's okay. But
Yeah.
It's excellence. It's having people be great at whatever it is that they are here about. Like what my is from City. It's from what's the movie? Pretty Woman. And at the end of the movie, I will watch the whole movie to the end of the movie. And the gentleman goes, "Welcome to Hollywood. What's your dream?" And that, I don't know what it was about that question, but that's what we're about. What's your dream? And I look at our community and I think that sometimes when it doesn't work, it's because people don't get that they matter and they've lost touch with their dreams or lost the possibility and the courage to dream. And you see, I told you don't give me the mic. But so my latest is the Urban Excellence Institute, and we are a training and development company, and we also train some of the baddest coaches in the game. We just graduated 22 coaches. We got a grant from Union Bank, and we were able to scholarship 22 coaches. We're doing, we teach the 8 core competencies of the International Coach Federation, which is the gold standard for coach accreditation. Awesome. And we had 3 PhDs, LMFTs, MF, it was like an alphabet soup. But these incredible, we had maybe about half in Los Angeles, and the rest across the country are building great practices, great coaching practices, business coach, health coach, but all of them has committed to providing volunteer coaching services for people in urban communities that may not be as privileged. Sometimes coaching is a luxury. So they're providing volunteer coaching for socioeconomically challenged communities.
So let me ask you this question.
That's awesome.
How does someone get involved in your coaching program? Because you said it's a certification program, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. How does someone get involved in that? What do they need to do? And how does that certification help them?
Oh gosh. Well, the simplest way is to get in touch with us at urbanexcellence.net. That's the easiest thing. And let's just talk about certifications. When you think of coaching, there's still, to this day, there's not a licensure for coaching. And I've been coaching for 30 years before it was a thing. As a matter of fact, I'm so old. I won't say old. Because I've been in the game so long, is that when I started coaching, there were no coaching books. So I would read books I read a book by Pat Riley,
Phil Jackson.
Yeah, exactly. Phil Jackson. What's the guy? Excellence. It escapes me, but I read books about actual sports coaches just to kind of glean how you have people win. Right. So I always said that a coach's credentials is their ability to help the team win or help that player or that person achieve the goals that they set out to achieve. That's the number one skill. You can have all kinds of degrees and pedigrees, but not be someone to have someone act and follow through, then you're not a good coach. Or you may have no degrees, but if you're the kind of person that can stand with people and see them and see beyond even their own conversations about what they are not capable of, then you're an excellent coach. So we were really committed to making sure that they are excellent coaches.
Now, have you ever come across anyone who was not coachable in your program?
You know what? I'm going to say no.
because there are people out there who are not really coachable, no matter how we try. And we just got to learn when to cut our losses and go, you know what? As a coach,
Yes.
we're not going to spend any more resources on this right here because.
Now, I'm one that when that challenge comes up, now I can't, I like, nah, you're not going to get the best of me. I know that I'm going to be able to figure out how to break through and get to you and get your attention and get
That
you
part right there.
to reach your excellence, right?
Yes.
First,
Yes.
to recognize that you do have an excellence, and then
Yeah.
let me help you get there. So
Yeah.
I don't back down either. It
Yes.
becomes a challenge for me
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
It's a thing, you know, rule number one in coaching is there must be a demand for coaching.
Mhm,
So the
mhm.
bar is
Yes.
pretty high for us to even take you on. You have to
Mhm.
really
Right.
be up to something.
Yep.
Right,
You have
exactly.
to really be up to change. So we're
Yeah.
not running around trying to fix and say, first of all, the world doesn't need fixing. People don't need to
Right.
be fixed.
Uh-huh.
But we work with people who, as Les Brown says, they are hungry. They want
Yeah.
something. And the reason why
Yeah.
they return to coach is like, look,
Yeah.
I must change.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
typically your friends love you so much, they probably want to, soften the blow, or maybe
Yeah.
if you shine, that may dim their light.
Right.
So to have someone be team you,
Right.
right? Team
Right.
you
Mhm.
killing the game.
Right.
Mhm.
That's what I think. It's so rare. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be spectacular that our secret sauce is that we're present with you and we listen and you matter. That shouldn't
Right.
be a secret sauce, but
Right.
it is.
Right.
And I
So
don't think people are malicious. I think people are just into like trying to survive. It's not even personal.
right.
So we're there for people in that way.
So I wanted to put this out there because I don't think a lot of our listeners or viewers know this, but when Phil Jackson was with the Lakers as their coach, their head coach, and they had Kobe Bryant there, Phil Jackson wrote in his book that Kobe Bryant was uncoachable because he
Oh.
wouldn't listen to some of the guidance or recommendations that he provide. And that's why I ask you that question, because a lot of our clients, they get challenging for us. They don't want to listen, they don't want to be coachable, and sometimes we have to step back and let them stumble a little bit, then they come running back to us. Then we get to coach them because now they
Absolutely.
see, and that's what happened with Kobe, because he wasn't listening to Phil. He was checking himself in the game without the coach's permission. And then Phil said, okay, I'm going to step back. And then Phil left the Lakers. After he left, Kobe wouldn't win any championships. And then when he realized that Phil was the best coach for him, that he requested that Phil come back. And Phil said, under one condition: you listen to me.
Mhm.
You don't have to have the last word. And a lot of our participants want to have the last word. So,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, on that note, yeah.
when Phil came back, they won a championship.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. He's immature in those days.
Yes.
Yeah.
Had skill,
Yeah.
but there's a level of maturity
Yes.
that has you be a champion.
Yes.
Very rare that you get that young.
Yes.
So
And I think also as a coach, we see something that our clients may not see in themselves, right?
Mhm,
So
mhm.
you got to help them get out of their own self way, so to
Yeah.
speak,
Yeah.
and so that
absolutely.
they can then see for themselves what we see in them, that they do
Mhm.
have the capacity. So sometimes, yeah, you do have to let them go away to
Yep.
experience something on their own, and
Mhm.
then they'll come back and go, you know what you were saying made a lot of sense. Okay, now I'm ready. And
Yes.
what is it? What's that cliche? When the student is ready, the teacher is
appear.
present, or whatever that is.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
I have a number of people. So here's the interesting thing about me as a coach. So early days, about 10 years ago, I think I had just started I just come aboard with RBD, but not in the capacity as the co-director, but in the capacity of a member. And I was helping Willie Fan get us on social media, right? Get RBD on social media. And so then I started training. And one of the things I saw was when we were doing the Miller Coors business competition. Remember when RBD did that? And so I came in about that time, and we had people that were competing in that. But then I would ask them certain questions, and they go, "What's a balance sheet?"
Oh, Lord.
Okay. Y'all can't be competing if we don't know what that is. So then I started the launch pad, and then we started teaching. So I was working with a good colleague of mine, Danielle Holly. And so we had this thing, and we had these people ready, right? And so someone called me a coach, and I said, no, I'm not a coach. I'm an educator, and I'm a trainer, and I'm not a coach. And Danielle says, what exactly do you think you're doing? I said, I'm educating. She goes, no, you are coaching. Look, you took them from here to here.
Yes.
That's it.
And
That's
so
it.
that was at that point, because before that, like, no, I'm not a coach.
You inspire, you energize, and you foster. That's what you do.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, I embrace it now, but then it's like, no, I'm just
And
giving
create
you
results.
Yes, you create results. Exactly. Measured results.
That's very true. And that, Kim, that's what you do. And it's just
Yes.
amazing the work you've been doing. And you're not up here with us, but we are watching, and we know how and then just the accolades from Ardina. We both share her as a client. I remember Ardina when she came to my class. That's when I met her about 10 years ago. And she came to my class. She was sitting behind a pillar. I couldn't get any words out of her. She was all shy. And now she's Ardina.
Yep.
Yes. Oh, I'm so proud of her.
Yes. So yes, that's great, Kim. So tell us what you're working on now and how it's benefiting the community.
Oh, ingenious. Wow. Do I have one around here? So we're doing our second cohort for the Urban Excellence Community Coaching Academy. So we've been renewed in our funding to do that again. So anyone who wants to make a difference, first of all, you work on client number one. And that is you.
Yourself, yes.
We have this amazing planner called the Urban Excellence Master Planner. So you actually get a planner, 90 days at 100%. And so we start out, we lay down our principles. It's experiential. You go and it especially on Zoom, it's happening in your life. We used to do it at hotels, and you go into your life and then come back to the hotel. But now you're in your life. But we use an acronym called BUILD. 90 days of working on your body, your physical health, yourself, your mindset, your study. I is your income, handling your money and your income. L is love and leadership, is how are you showing up to the people around you, your family, and in the community. And D is those big audacious dreams. So 90 days of at 100% taking yourself on. And these are people who are going to become coaches. So when we give you challenges, when we press and say, oh, no, by 3:00, this will be done. I remember in the old days, he's a German, multimillionaire now. But back in the day, I called the fire department on him. I love it. Be in there dead because you didn't call by 3:00 with this result.
I love it.
That's probably frowned upon, but that's how serious we are about your goal. So do not tell us what you're committed to.
He must be dead.
Now that's an extreme.
Yes. Oh yes. And he's a multi-millionaire these days.
Yes.
Nowadays. Torsten Hoynes. So there's 90 days of that. So how are you when you're pressed? How are you when what you say that you want to accomplish is incongruent with your identity or what they've spoken over your life or what you've accepted as your place in life. There's so many of us that have gift, talent, skills, and abilities, but they have a mindset that they're at this level and other people are at that level.
Yeah.
And it is a glass kind of ceiling fog or something that doesn't matter if they're smart or intelligent. They still don't pierce that. So when someone is there with a foot saying, nope, no, how do you handle that? What comes up for you? Because you're going to be standing for and championing your clients as well. So after that, that's about 90 days. And then we go into our coach, the practicum, the practicum portion of our program, where you actually now begin to learn the 8 core competencies. They're the International Coach Federation. Again, the gold standard for coach accreditation. When major corporations look for actual bona fide certified coaches that know what they're doing, they go to the International Coach Federation. When government agencies are looking for real coaches that can be used as a part of employee benefits, they go to International Coach Federation. Tons and tons of continuing education. So we chose that bar. We could have just been out here doing any old kind of thing that we felt. But we said, pass that test. And then if you can coach there, you can coach anywhere. So we kind of nickname it. We call it kind of wink our eyes, this classical coaching. But the Urban Excellence Certificate, we allow you to put a little shimmalang on it and put your shimmalang. You can bring yourself to the relationship, the coaching relationship, and that's about 6 more months. We help you get set up with your clientele and get your book together, get your website together, figure out how you want to serve. And it's organic to that person as a church. Now, as a coach, you may not be, some of them don't want to be coaches, but they take it back to their church. They take it back to their community. They take it back to their business. They take it to their relationship. Who does not want to be heard, listened to in a relationship? So it really alters who you are. I think one of the core competencies is maintains a coaching presence, means I am here with you in such a way that you feel your best. You feel like you are sufficient in the face of your commitments. That something about being in your space, people feel like they can do more than they would have. That's who we practice on showing up as.
So that's pretty awesome. So the urban, I don't know why I have feedback today, but the urban excellence is the first level. And then they go into the accreditation after they graduate from the Urban Institute.
Well, so Sandy Lou could appreciate this, because it's a 3-part program, but it's one program in 3 parts. So the first part is really a weekend and a couple of days, and that's our master class, and we break down our accelerated change technology. So how do you get people to break through things that they've never been able to break through, like really fast, like, by noon, right? So how do you do that? So there are some principles that we offer, and they get to think through them and start to apply them to themselves in their life. And then the second phase is using the principles to create extraordinary results in their life over the course of 90 days. And they get a coach, they get a mastermind leader, and they weekly meetings about their goals, weekly one-on-ones with their own mentor coach. And so you get a sense of how many people, you have coaches out here. And I'm saying Tommy Lasorda was an excellent coach, but he wasn't running around those bases. And he was one of the winningest coaches, in history. So I'm not saying that you have to be perfect. You just have to be great at having people win. And you'll be even better at having people win if your life is working. So we are not about having broke coaches or broke down coaches or broken coaches. We're about having you be your absolute best. And then we go into phase 3. That's when we start to put you in front of other people and allow you to begin getting your hours and building up your hours for the International Coach Federation.
And one of the world's amazing coaches, a basketball coach, John Wooden from UCLA.
That was the
His
one. Yes.
his books are all over the place. People
Yes.
practice his methodology. It's phenomenal. And he has come across a lot of players who are stubborn. They don't want to listen. They think they know everything. And he has to peel back the onion with them. Take them back down to Chinatown, let them understand that, listen, that's not how it works. So he takes them down and then rebuilds them. And so they can get his philosophy. So I can associate with what you're saying. And I love what you're saying.
Yeah,
Now,
I heard this really quick. I was in something in a training. They said sometimes transformation requires demolition.
oh, yes. Oh, yes. And with a lot of our clients, we have to do that because they have certain mindset that they enter the game with, which is not really, solid. And no matter what we tell them, I mean, Crystal and I, we've seen this with many of our clients. No matter what we tell them, we can't get through to them because that, especially, and this is, I keep putting this out there, especially those street side consultants who really don't know much about consulting or coaching. They tell them some stuff. Oh, did you know you can do this and get some tax breaks? And you check it out and it's illegal. It's illegal. You go, no, that's not right. And they believe that.
Gilbert, you know this better than anybody. It will catch up to you. That's what, Gilbert, let me say something about you. That is why I love the platform that you have, that you can where businesses can have all of their document. That's excellence.
Oh,
that's excellent. Do you know how many people on the nonprofit side and just going for SBA, PPP, and all, EIDL? The reason they couldn't go is because they didn't have the paperwork in order.
Exactly.
And Gilbert and I said, we've been working for the last 2 years, for 2018, 2019. You can go back for the last 2 years in our archives of our shows.
Yes.
How many times we've had we have a show called Class in Session. And
yes.
so we basically are teaching and training during those particular shows when we don't have a guest. And we're talking about being prepared, making sure that your documents were available for you, because you never know when somebody was going to ask you for it. Making sure your business is registered, making sure all of this, right? So that, coming in one ear, going out the other ear.
Yes.
So,
yes. And we're doing the work.
And doing the work, right?
We're doing the work.
Yes.
You can call us anything but lazy.
Yes.
We're doing the work, but we don't get credit for it because
we don't get credit because you don't do the other part of the work. You don't tie it up with a nice, cute bow, right?
Yeah.
And so, come March 19th in 2020, when the world shut down, girl, I think I usually have a problem with getting people to sign up for an accounting class, a software class. Whether it's QuickBooks or Wave, whatever I'm teaching, I'm almost dragging the people into the room in order to get the information. Come March 19th, I think I put out a flyer to do an accounting program class. I had folks coming from everywhere. I had people calling me. Why? Because they couldn't get to that PP money. They couldn't get to that idle money without a profit and a loss statement, and even making sure that they understood between the gross profit and their net profit. They needed all kinds of help, and at that point, I just had to sit back and say, okay, well, when do you want the class? I got one. Everybody was registering, so
that's right.
Sometimes as you say, you got to let them get broke down.
Yeah. And Kimberly said it best, man. You gotta break them down, let them, fall apart, and then build them back up.
Are you ready now? Can we
exactly.
So let's get to work.
For those of you guys who are just listening, just tuning in, this is the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. Our very special guest here today is no other than Miss Kimberly Anthony, the phenomenal, the one and only, the one who makes you work as an official coach with international acclaim.
Yes, and you
I'll
can.
go on Samoa. No.
You want some more?
I'll stop at Samoa.
And you can get the Business Zone every Friday afternoon at 3 o'clock. Make sure you go over to our YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button. We are wanting to grow our network, so hit that subscribe button for us right now. And also, you can find us on any of your favorite podcast channels now.
Indeed.
So you're getting some props here, Kimberly. We got Veronica Spigner on here. She said, I so enjoy the Urban Excellence Institute graduation. I had Denise Estelle as my coach when she was in the training to be coach with Kim Everett Anthony. So they're giving you props. They're giving you props.
It's a labor of love. It is, they're thinking, we do jobs to pay the mortgage and all of that, and to keep people hired and so they can pay their mortgage. But this is my heart. This is my heart. Having people get who they are is my heart.
And see, that's the amazing thing about what all three of us are doing, Kimberly. We love what we do. We have a passion for it. So we try to take and nurture the participants that we have, our clients, and people wonder why sometimes we do what we do for free. It's not the money even though the money is important, but we're doing it because we love what we do. We love touching lives and improving lives. Amazing.
Yes.
I do teach a class on understanding your powerful why, and there's a quote that I use, that there's two very important times in your life: the day you were born and the day that you recognize why you were born and why you're here on this planet.
That is deep right there. That's deep.
Yeah. And so I think all three of us know why we were put on this planet. I know that I'm doing the work that I was destined to do in order to help people become their greatness, right? To help them reach their greatness. Kim, you are definitely doing God's work.
Yes, she is.
And doing and why you're on the planet. And Gilbert, you as well. I think those of us, and I think that's the difference. I think when you have people that are willing to reach another person to help them reach their greatness, right? You have to have those people to help uplift the other people. And that's the best part, I think, about coaching, is that watch someone come to you who's very unsure where they want to be, and then you help them create that big audacious world that they want to live in, right? And then they walk off into the sunset and you're like, whew, my work is done, right?
Yes. Proud moment. Proud moment. So Kimberly, tell me this. So let's say an organization like mine, we're looking for coaches. We need coaches for our small businesses. How do we go about obtaining a coach from your organization? Do we send our potential coaches to you, or do you provide us with a coach that's already trained and certified?
You can do both. If you have coaches that you have, let me get my hands and get our hands on them. And we definitely can take them to the next level. There's some nuances that we can teach. There's some secret sauce that we can share that'll just deepen it and give them depth and breadth in terms of how they're able to serve. And we have coaches available just if you just want to send clients and have them support, because we be supported, because we did not want money. Coaching is a $7 billion industry. So people, it's a just high discretionary expense for people. And if there's anybody who could benefit from having coaches, like real coach, like high quality coaches like Crystal, are people who look like me and you. And so often they're out there banging around and trying to figure it out for themselves. And so we said, look, I know how to I don't want to get your $3. Let me go get 30 grand. Let me go get the money so we can handle that. and then I can give you all that I have, and I don't have to be wondering about, oh, is she going to go to the next level, and do I have to be, pull punches because I don't want to upset her so she won't go. You know what I mean? I want to give them everything that we have so that they can win and be their absolute best and not have to worry about the money. So that's why we're nonprofit.
Right.
And I teach a class, and this is a class that's coming up. It's called Launch and Lead and Money for Your Mission.
Yeah.
So we teach people how to get money for their mission.
Oh,
I've
that's
created
great.
$20 million in funding, and when I stopped counting, so it's like, why don't I go get the money for us, and then we can help them do that in the community. So we don't even have to have that conversation. The only conversation that we get to have is, who are you? What's your dream? And how can we be on your team to have it turn out? Period.
That is absolutely fair. I almost might want to come to your program.
I know.
Have to be next year when I got a gap of time, but but you can never. I am sure there's definitely stuff that I can learn, and definitely would love to be accredited. So yeah, I might.
Absolutely. If you're walking in with the level of experience that you two have, absolutely.
Because what I'm thinking here, Kim, is, at the Los Angeles Urban League, as you know, I'm the director of their entrepreneurship center. So part of my task is, part of my task is to bring in.
Great thing. I apologize.
That's me. You've heard about me?
Yes.
You have heard about me?
Yes.
It was a good choice for them to bring my co-host over there to him over there to them.
I'm the guy.
Wow.
So having Crystal on my team is just phenomenal, because we know what she brings to the table already. So now the other coaches that we're trying to bring in, based on what you just said, I'm thinking right now, maybe we need to funnel them through Kim, let Kim polish them up a little bit, and then
our joy.
Yes,
it would be our joy.
So that's why I've been asking those questions, because I'm going,
Excellence.net, or just give us a call. I mean, you tell me, you whatever works best. We can whatever works best.
And you're absolutely right, Gilbert, because there is definitely a difference between someone that's just speaking or someone that's working from slides. Yeah, we all can produce some slides, right? Once you get past that training part, so we could do that all day long, right? You just create a flair for getting that information. It's more than just that. It's more, because you really got to get them to engage. And I will tell you that working with people while they're sitting in front of you is one thing. You know when you can reach somebody when you are doing it virtually. That's a whole different kind of training, right? And
Crystal has done that tremendously.
Yes. And to your point, because remember, I was saying classical coaching, and I'm an ACC certified coach, but the population that we have been funded to serve, some of the things just don't apply.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sometimes one of the books that we read was post-traumatic slave syndrome. It is a thing.
Yeah. It's real. It is real.
It's a thing.
It is real.
Is a thing. An interesting relationship with financial literacy is a thing. And sometimes it's really about needing public assistance is a thing. And how do you do that without that becoming your identity? You need to know how to fill out that form. And one of the things, and I say this to let them know that the skill sets that we have to just survive. For instance, the application for like a public assistant, like whether it's welfare or forgive me for saying it not right. Is as complicated as some of these funding applications. Your name. Your address, your address. How much money? How much money? But we think that we don't have enough, or we're not enough to do that. So That's
And also
something.
people that are coming from that space. Gilbert and we had a contract with Mount Sac where I taught individuals that were on social services.
Yes.
I taught them accounting and bookkeeping so we could help them create a career and not a job. It was one of the
Yeah.
most rewarding projects that I did, and we did it for 6 cohorts.
Yes.
But I had to, there were
Crystal.
so many of them that did not understand. Because if that's where you are, right, that has a major impact
Yeah.
on your psyche, right?
Mhm.
This and
Yep.
thinking that this is all I'm capable of doing and being, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I had so many women, mostly it was women in the class, that wow, I'm more than a mother. I'm more
Yeah.
than a wife. I'm
Yeah.
more than a daughter. I can do this. And when I would
Mhm.
watch them doing just the task of using an accounting software and being excited that they produced a financial statement, it was
Yes.
so rewarding. And a majority of all the women went out and got jobs, and I even encouraged them to not just do uh, yes, it's wonderful to be a bookkeeper, right? Absolutely wonderful. But I
Mm-hmm.
want you to do more. I want you to feel empowered that you now, because these are young people, you can now go back to college. You can go
Yes.
to college, and if you like this, get an accounting degree. And if you want to take it further than that, be a CPA. Be whatever you want to be. That's when you really see that what you are doing is changing lives.
That's
Now
it.
you walk away going, "Oh wow, that was just absolutely amazing." And you can look
Yes.
back in your career, and I know, Kim, you've had many of those aha moments, and look back at how you've actually changed someone's life. They came in the door one way and they went out the door another way.
Mhm.
Yes. My favorite, and it was in the early days. This was they just got out of prison. And they were pretty young. No, no, no. Let me tell you this one. It was my first training, and
Mm.
it was my very first training. So I was scared to death. Oh Lord, it's like, please take me now. It would be a good time. Um, and so I was doing everything, of course, one woman band, and I haven't changed that much since then. But I called, I was doing a consult call, and for this gentleman, and the lady goes, "This ain't no training. This is that lady trying to take my man." I'm like, "Well, come on." So, and so at the time I had 10 people enrolled. I'm like, "Well, you can come," and now I have 11. So she comes, and she's walking in, looking me all up and down. Like, I'm like, "You just sit your little cute self down now." And so in those days, we brought a lot of heat, like whoosh, like a lot of heat. This
Mhm.
isn't like, okay, everybody patty cake. We brought heat. So her boyfriend, he jumps up. "I don't have to take this. I'm out of here. You're coming up and all in our face and telling us we're not taking our life serious. I'm out of here." He says, "Come on." And whatever, I forget her name, forgive me. And she goes, "I'm staying." So he storms out. She becomes like the star of the training. And then she gets her children back. Her children have been taken from her. She
Yeah.
gets in school. She gets her life
Oh
together.
wow.
And she was come down and whoop my tail. So but
Wow. But changed
to
her life.
change your life, and to have, we can't, it's just narrative. It's just what we tell ourselves. And that's, remember, I was talking about being on the bus bench. The reason why I couldn't go, because I had to go and convince someone that I couldn't do better. I had to use my words
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and get this social worker to believe that I truly could not do better. But
Wow.
I would hear those words here before she would ever hear them, and I just couldn't do it.
See,
Mm.
that right there, Kim, is very deep because
Mhm.
what that is saying right there, you remember we talk about that stuff that they infiltrate in our DNA, during
Mhm.
slavery to make us
Mhm.
feel like we're less
Mhm.
than, we can't do better than.
Mhm.
And that's what that was that you confronted right there. And you say, you know
Yes.
what? No mas,
I
no
can't.
more. We
Mhm.
can't do this. Yes.
And I look at our ancestors, and I look at us, and I look at all of the trials and tribulations and challenges, and I mean, just their lives were life and death every
Mm-hmm.
single day, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you marvel at how did they accomplish, how did they get over, how did they
Right.
move from that place to Black Wall Street? How did they
Mm-hmm.
get to there from
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
when they had so many more obstacles than even we did,
Yes.
plus
Yes.
many years of oppression, more so than
Mm-hmm.
what we had, because we have oppression, but we're not slaves to anyone, not
Right. Right.
technically. But
Yeah.
and the abuse that they had to withstand to become who
Mm-hmm.
they are. Then
Yeah.
I come back, then get past them and go, so what's holding us back, right?
Mm-hmm.
What
Mm-hmm.
holds us back from reaching our greatness
Yeah.
when we have not encountered what our ancestors encountered, and theirs was horrific, a nightmare, and they were able to pull themselves up by their bootstraps
That's it.
Yeah.
and by their sheer gut and will, right,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
become who that they were going to do, that they became. And they didn't do that without animosity all along of the way. And even the ones that survived Black Wall Street,
Mm-hmm.
to build up what you build up, and then someone comes along and destroys it with a bomb.
Yeah.
And then you go on to Chicago. It's like, I'm not going to let that stop me. I am
Mm-hmm.
going to recreate this here. And
Yes.
some of them did do that. Many of them recreated that there. And so I just don't know what do you think, Kim, when we look at where our people are today, and how can we find that grit and that our ancestors had?
Ooh, okay.
That's some super
I'm gonna
coaching,
I'm
huh?
gonna break a rule. I'm gonna break a rule because you just asked me a question, but I do want to go back and say, if you need the support, that
Right. If
support
you
is for
need the
people
support.
who need the support. Look at here. My mama
Yeah.
needs the support. So let's not, okay.
Yeah.
But and it's coming, we pay more taxes, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my money.
Yeah.
And when they use that money, they spend it at stores that take it, so that make a lot of wealth off of us. So let's not there's no
Mm-hmm.
shame to that.
Yeah.
But I think we're not calling each other up and calling each other out. We're not calling each other up to our greatness. We're not demanding for our greatness to come out. And it's there. We're in a mindset of we're broken and we need to be fixed.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're just a little, our muscles are tight or something. I don't. We just think, you know what I mean? We haven't moved. But to expect excellence out of us.
Yeah.
It took a long time for me to call my company Urban Excellence. Like, who do you think you are? Calling yourself Urban Excellence. I am not kidding. I am not kidding. So the mindset, it's the conversation that we are as a people, the victimhood that we identify as a people, that needs to be broken. But the beautiful thing is ain't never going. You can't, I can't just take out my DNA. It can go to sleep maybe, but I'm always going to be me. I'm always going to be me. So that DNA for greatness is still there. We just get to call it out and put it to work, and give ourselves tasks that require and demand and command for it to come to work. To work. We have an exercise that we've done that we say, guess what? We bring them. We're in class. It's a Saturday evening for homework. Going to feed 100 people hot breakfast. Can't use your own money. Everybody back on time at noon. Bye. And they get it done. They see what they're made of. So you can't just buy. You got to go. You got to negotiate. You got to be creative and make it happen. And it must be done in excellence. And that exercise alone changes lives, because we don't ask of ourselves to do the impossible. And we don't make the impossible fun.
Exactly. And it should be
we
fun.
play jamming music over at
That's
So,
true.
so you don't know you being transformed, huh? That is absolutely awesome. Well, what you're doing is absolutely amazing, and you know, I think what you're doing needs to continue. Gilbert and I, this platform that we use is for that purpose, is to help encourage people to reach their greatness, and for me, knowledge is power. So that's why I do the community briefing. If we don't know what we don't know, we can't change where we are, right?
True.
So
True.
we have to
That's
be
it
able
right
to change.
there.
Ardina has a question. She says she likes training. What do I do so what's the difference between coaching and training?
Oh, training is the disciplines. And you know what? The difference between training and a seminar is telling you information, giving you information. Training is actually in action. So our trainings actually put you in action.
Mm-hmm.
And there's we call them challenges and stretches, kind of like the apprentice, but everybody wants everybody to win.
Yes.
So sorry to use that anyway.
Yeah, but I
Moving
got
right
it.
along. But it is we put you in action, so you can't fake yourself out, and you can't, once somebody produces something that they didn't think was possible, like by 3 o'clock, you can't put that back in the bottle.
Right. Right.
Cat's out the bag. We see your greatness. So now
Yeah.
what do you want to do with it? So training is getting them on the field, riding that bike versus telling them about how to ride the bike. And the coaching is teaching you, or showing you how to ride that bike well to the best of your abilities.
Now, how do individuals get a hold of you, Kim? Do they call you? Do they email? How does it work?
You can go to urbanexcellence.net, urbanexcellence.net. And there's a form there that you can fill out.
Let me pull it up on the screen.
Yeah, I was getting ready to do that too.
There
But
you go.
you said urbanexcellence.net, right?
Urbanexcellence.net.
And then how about an email? Is there an email?
Yes. info at urbanexcellence.net.
Okay. Beautiful.
And do we do telephone numbers here?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, if that's what, yeah.
Rolling my R's. 310-773-6140.
310-773-6140, right?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Unless, of course, it's not, but it's on the website. So
beautiful.
Look.
She is funny. I love it.
Let me look. Yeah, it's on the website. Go down at the bottom. It says contact us, and there it is.
Yes. That's great.
And you have a class coming up on the second cycle. Is in December.
Second cycle. Yes. December 4th. December 4th.
Oh, December 4th. December 4th.
Yes. I don't if the link is not working yet, maybe if it's not, it will be in 10 minutes. So if the link doesn't work, and we'll make sure that it's up. We just graduated, so we haven't connected the new stuff yet. But
well,
unless of course we did.
I think you're gonna see some new connections, and because I know there's a lot of our listeners and viewers watching this program, and they're going to be willing to reach out because they want to be coached. And just like you say, it's a mindset thing. It's a mindset.
Yes. Oh,
it's
absolutely.
all up here. Yeah. So whether we succeed or not, it's all up here. So we just got to take the principles, apply them, and keep measuring them as we go along so we can get some positive results out of it. So yes, I am
absolutely
excited. I am so excited. So
oh my gosh.
So you are that woman, the myth, the mystery that Crystal been talking about. We finally connect.
I am so grateful.
Yes,
Kim has definitely history in our community. She's worked hard in our community, and RBD definitely has had the privilege of having her work with them and Muhammad. And so, any Muhammad stories you'd like to share?
Oh my God! No, well, I can share publicly.
Yeah, that you can share publicly.
You know what? I hear him, and I know there's many people who if you he used to call people flally. I need you to do this, flally. That literally there was an ad or something that needed to be done. He says, "Flally, I need this ad done," and I need it by 1. And I'm like, okay. And then that was literally the day I called back. And I'm like, okay, tell him it's done. And he was gone.
Everybody has the Jackie was saying she was mad at him about something, and so she ordered some food, and so because she was mad at him, she didn't order anything for him. And so then when she got her food, then she's like, she felt bad. She goes, "Muhammad, you want some of this?" And she said she heard this thump, and that was it. I think Ian Fox has an amazing story. Bobby and Rick were in the office when it happened, and so was Willie Fan. So they were all there, and when that happened, and so many people, I tell you, I cannot tell you how many people walk up to me and go, the day before I had this conversation with Muhammad, and we were going to do this project, and we were going to do this, and we were going to do this. And then I can't tell you how many times since I've become the co-director, I've had that conversation with everyone. But
my gosh.
I didn't have the interaction with Muhammad other than being a member of Recycling Black Dollars. But I know sometimes when I'm speaking, I was speaking somewhere. I think I was speaking at a Black History event for the Urban League. So I had it all written out, but you know how when you speak, right? Sometimes whatever you wrote on the paper is not really what comes out of your mouth. And so I'm speaking, and it felt like, all the words are coming. I saw the people, and they were just, they were all up in arms about what I was saying and enjoying what I was saying. So when I come off the stage, someone comes over from our weekly, and he says, "Wow, that was so powerful. I felt like I was hearing Muhammad speak to me." He says, "Can I interview you tomorrow and you go back over what I said?" I said, "Because you said you heard Muhammad, and no way I can reiterate what just came out of my mouth. You should have recorded that, dude."
You were transformed.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Muhammad was, and even when we would do RBD meetings, sometimes I would get this and it just would come out, and they were like, "Wow, that's what Muhammad would have said." But that every now and then I feel like he is using me in order to say
he is Mr. Take on the Impossible and make it happen anyway. That is Muhammad.
Right.
But I do want to say this, and you probably heard this 11 times, Crystal, that because we were toe up after we just like that knocked the wind out of all of our sails, and the way that you stepped up with your energy and your brilliance. And you, in many ways, became the spirit of Muhammad. You became the just standing for Black business, and you knew of him, but you just
I didn't know him like you guys knew him. I talked to Melba Carter and all these people, and I didn't know him that way. I just knew, I'd come in. It was like going to a George Frazier event, and before I knew him. I didn't know him like you guys did, but it just sometimes I don't know. Like I said, you have to know what your purpose is on this planet. And even when it was brought to, when we were trying to decide what we were going to do after Willie Fan, and we actually had spoken to several people about being the director of our RBD, and somebody said, "But what about you and Jackie?" And well, I don't know about Jackie, but that wasn't on my plan. No, I don't know about that, right? So I'm like, but then I thought about it. It's like, wait a minute. If I'm going to really affect change in my community, because I know that there's an excellence. I can't do that from the sidelines. I have to be in the trenches. So maybe this is a blessing that is being presented to me, and let me just step up. And that's kind of what I did.
You are the manifestation of what he was trying to get us all to do. You stepped into it. Does that make sense? You stepped into it. You are the quintessential.
Yeah, and what I always thought, and I think about this, and I'm sure it probably has crossed your mind. If Muhammad was alive today, where do you think we would be as a community based
Oh
upon what
my
he did?
God.
Because he was way ahead of his time, right?
What? It was like pre-Facebook. Let's just start there. It was there was no Twitter.
No,
Like, what
nothing.
did he do with all of this?
Right.
Jeez.
Oh, he would have
It was
been.
pre-podcast.
Pre-podcast, and one of the reasons I wanted to launch the Business Zone was because I felt that he had he had a podcast, he had a radio show, and then he had the newspaper. Well, I wasn't going to do the newspaper part, and I thought, well, wait a minute, maybe that would be a good idea for keeping RBD relevant and being able to reach the people, because I do know we're much more audio people than we are a reading or we listen better than we read, right?
The elders, like,
The
okay,
elders, right?
Don't preach so fast. Now I like to sit there with my paper now with my
Right, exactly. So
but I do understand. Sometimes I definitely like it like this too.
Right, exactly. So that was one of the things. But my last thing, we just became digital. The resource guide is now digital, and I think I shared that with you.
Yeah.
And because Jackie's getting older, and I have some other aspirations. Not that I'm not going to be too far, but we need young people in RBD.
Oh, yes.
We need young people, and we can't be where we are without some sort of digital platform so that we can attract the young people. So I talked about that for 4 or 5 years. Community wasn't hearing me, and then the Urban League heard me. And Brian Williams made that happen. But also Armand, who actually built the app in the digital platform, he gets it. I told him I'd have made him an honorary brother because he truly understands. But this is what he understands, and you'll get this. He says RBD, and he didn't know the history. He says RBD is more of a marketing company. And I said, that's exactly the way Muhammad, that's what is listed as a marketing company, to bring Black businesses to the community and to the consumers so that they can recycle Black dollars. So that's what we're doing with the digital app, is to create a marketing firm that will create a platform so RBD can not have to be reliant on outside support, a sponsorship, that we can support ourselves through our marketing dollars.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, kudos. These babies were born into technology. Like, like there was never not an internet for them. So
never not an internet for them.
Incredible.
Yeah. Well, so that's the resource guide. So you guys go on over to RBD greater labbr.com and go over to get involved. Become a member. You can get your free listing, and we want every Black owned business to be listed in the resource guide. So
excellent.
So say that again, Crystal. So
I'm going to actually put it.
Say that again.
I'm going to.
I was trying to be polite, but
no, I'm going to actually put it in
later. But go
ahead. Resource guide. I'm going to do this right now, so it will go in, and there you go.
Because with our small businesses, we got to repeat things at least 7 times. The rule of marketing, right? Yeah. 7 times, so they can actually hear it one of those 7 times.
Right. And you also can get it in the iTunes stores, and as well as the Google Play Store.
And it's major.
Yeah, we have and on the iTunes store and the Google Play Store, you actually have a map where if you're in the Crenshaw district, those businesses on the map will actually show up, and we have each shop and play, and there's a marker on it. So I will put the link. Let me go over and get the link.
Nice.
And so that you can put the link in and download it on your phone. We're still marketing it out, so it'd be a little hard to search for it. So we have to give you guys the link until we actually build it up to that
So,
place.
Crystal, I have a question here for Armand. I noticed it says H for the website. It says HTTP. There's a S missing for security. Do you know if he's gonna include that S?
He's readjusting it.
Okay, because
Yeah.
when I see website with just HTTP, I stay away from it because there's no
Yeah,
security there.
he
Yeah.
knows. He's
Oh, okay.
readjusting it. Yeah,
Okay.
he's that way as well, actually.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm very paranoid when it comes to my data
Yeah,
going into some of
yeah,
these sites.
he's very much the person for that as well. Let me go
Yes.
into so yeah, he's adjusting it. He had to do he was putting most of the attention into the app because with iStores,
Mhm.
it's a lot more you got to do a whole lot of other bells and whistles in order to get it into the iTunes store, and then he has to come back and adjust it so that it fits all three platforms.
Oh
Okay.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so
that's
Mhm.
so that's
wow.
kind of some of what was going on. But
And
anyway,
and I'm gonna, again, I'm gonna go in here, make sure my business is registered in there because I've been hearing that there are people out there looking for just black businesses to do business with, and I hear there are some
Mm,
website trying to create that when RBD is the official site of that. So
that's
we
right.
want to
yeah.
make sure people know if you're looking for black businesses, you go to the RBD site.
Right. And ours, we're not really, one of his things was, Armand, is that it's not just a directory like the book itself. I
Yeah.
mean, the book is here,
Uh-huh.
but we want it to be more interactive. Also, utilizing it as actually a marketing tool. So
Mhm.
on the app part, you can actually touch points. You can go to a person's website. You can interact with them, you can chat with them. We will have we will have what's happening, what's going on in the community. Our show
Mm-hmm.
will be listed there. The community briefing is going to be listed there. Anything the Urban League is going to be doing is going to be listed there as well. So it's looking
And the
for,
Nice.
biz and the business zone.
yeah, as I said, business zone, community briefing. Also, what we're doing is set up. It's being set up like I call it Groupon. So you know how you have daily deals going on or weekly
Yes.
deals or
Yes.
specials. You can then upgrade and ask to be on. Say you have an event going on, and it will have the capabilities of doing text messaging to the network. So right now we have about 1,500 businesses listed in there. And now we're getting ready to gear it up to actually do the upsells for the upgrades so that you can have as many touch points as you like. We're created an affiliate program. So anybody want to refer anybody over, then and they upsell, they upgrade their package,
Mm-hmm.
then we will give you a percentage of there will be an affiliate fee.
Definitely sign us up.
Okay, we'll
Definitely.
do.
For
We'll do.
sure, for sure.
All
And
righty, Miss Kim.
this
Yay.
this is wonderful having you here, Kim. This is great. Folks, you're just tuning in to the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. This has been a fantastic show. Our phenomenal guest, Miss Kim Anthony. She is the founder of Urban Excellence Institute. And what they do is they provide training and coaching for coaches who want to go out there and make a difference in the business field. So go ahead, Miss Kim, give them a last spiel about what you do so they know
Yes.
who you are.
Okay. Yes. We are probably the only coaching academy that We teach the ICF, the International Coach Federation's 8 core competencies, ethics, and values. They are the gold standard in coach accreditation in the world. And so you learn how to coach at a very high level. But through our funders, we make our program available on full scholarship or partial scholarship. Everybody got full scholarships for the first one, but we don't want tuition. I paid 10 grand for my program. We don't want tuition to be the reason that you don't do it, because there are people in this community that's praying for somebody to stand for them, praying for someone to listen for them, not sort out what went wrong in the past. We have mental health and people for that and counselors for that, but to dream with them about what's possible for their future. And so we have another cohort coming up. We just graduated 22. And
all right.
urbanexcellence.net.
Yes.
All righty. Well, it's been such a pleasure to have you on, and I look forward to us doing some stuff together as well, and including the Business Expo on the November 20th. And I can't wait to moderate with you, which I need to talk to you about that, because I heard we got to talk about that. Not that we're not going to do it. We just got to figure out, is that going to be the way we're going to do it?
Okay. Absolutely. I got the text.
Ardina said, I'm so glad I chimed in. I have to go prepare for my webinar. Thank you, Crystal and Gilbert and Kim. Thank you, Ardina.
You are welcome, Ardina. Thank you, Ardina.
Yeah, so proud of her. So we both had a little bit of Ardina's growth here. So very proud of Miss Ardina.
Going to teach her own webinar.
Going to teach her webinar. Did you hear her?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And Kimberly, like we like to do here on the Business Zone, I'm going to give you a little parting gift from the Business Zone. So, yes, I'm going to gift you our platform, Small Biz Pearls, so you can use that to run your organization as well. Now, not only is it for for-profit businesses, but it's also for nonprofits. So you are going to see how this is going to help to revolutionize the business, and it's amazing. And you've got us here, Crystal and I, as coaches and guides to assist you with that. So
I need to come sit at your feet. So,
yes,
I'm new. And I know my lane. I can make you want to run around the block. Yes, we need someone that when we're out here winning and we're bringing our brilliance and we're doing this amazing work, that we get credit for it, and we're positioned for the resources that are available. And you cannot be positioned without dotting your I's and crossing your T's and having your paperwork in order. So thank you.
That's right. Exactly. So I'll be reaching out to you, and if you need a walkthrough, a little coach through, I'll do that for you. Get you set up, and you'll be fine.
Thank you so much. We are ready to go. And it's just been fantastic. I am so happy that we had that opportunity a week ago with Barbara, that it got you here, it got us together. That part right there. Because we never know, and it's been great. So thank you so much, everyone that's tuned in. Thank you guys so much for your comments and your admiration for Miss Kim. And we go into the chat box right there, and you guys will see this on Facebook and YouTube, and it's on it's on 4 different Facebook pages. You can pull up the Linda Sam just said hello, Miss Kim. Pull up the whichever, either you're on iTunes or you're in the Google Play Store, and you can pull up the resource guide and check it out. And please add your business to it. We want to make sure that we can no longer say, I can't find Black businesses to support. We got to stop saying that.
That's right. And not only do you have Black businesses that you can support, but these are Black businesses that we coach personally. Most of them, we coach them personally, and we have them set up the right way. So you're getting a treasure.
Exactly. So Kim, we're going to sign off, but we want to just thank you. We'll make sure you get a copy of this after I put it up. It was actually already going to be in the YouTube channel, but I have to go and do some stuff to it, edit some stuff to it, and I'll send it over to you, put it on your
Wow.
site, do whatever you want to do with it,
Wow.
market it out to all your friends. All we ask is you just go over there and subscribe to the resource to the Business Zone, and tell a friend to subscribe as well.
Yes.
Absolutely. Consider me an ally. My cup runneth over. Thank you for this incredible opportunity.
And
Oh, thank you
Sandy
so
Lou
much.
said, great show. Sending you all love and light. Cheers to the continued success. You are welcome, Sandy Lou, and thank you for listening. And if next week you can bring at least 5 or refer 5 of your small businesses to listen to our program, it's just going to help us grow even more. So thank you all. Thank you very much. On behalf of my very special co-host, Crystal Mitchell, I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. And we're on every Friday from 3 to 4. Again, if you make the show interesting, we'll stretch it to 4:30 like we did today. So
Yeah.
reach us on the Business Zone.
And go on over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you'll be reminded when we are on. We're here every Friday afternoon at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Who's on next week? We have Dr. Sharon Peterson. She is with the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business. So she'll be on next week.
All right. That's going to be another great show. So thank you all. And we are out.
All right.
As a small biz pro, I saw we roll, using procurement, program, and control. As a small biz pro, I saw we grow, using procurement, program, and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur.